Dude mode. Operating at max efficiency. Operating at max efficiency.
All right, let's get into this. Welcome back, everyone, to the 4th episode of the Max Efficiency Podcast. Today, we are going to be with Ashton, Connor, and Kaizzer. You've seen them before, and so today we're into phase 2 of the podcast, right? Phase 1 was you get to know everyone, you get to meet everyone, and so now we're on to phase 2. We're going into more of the relational side of our group. We're going more into the we're going to more themed episodes as well. So this week's episode is going to be about friendships and what those have meant to us and how they've shaped us individually. But first, we're going to keep with the same theme of last episode with the rapid thoughts. All right? Just as a little icebreaker, get everyone a little bit loose, get everyone like excited to be doing this, right? So we're going to go. I've got 4 topics for everyone this time instead of 5. Because I'll admit it, I'll be transparent about it. I did put this off quite a bit today, or at least this week. My week has been very hectic, and so this program was written a little bit last minute, but it should still be good. So you all 4 have topics. We're gonna go through each of you real quick, and then I want to get answered, and then for some of you, I'm gonna have to get a little bit more of an elaboration on some of your responses. Sound good?
Yep. See.
All right. So, Ashton, are you ready for your first 4 topics?
Yeah, I got
Say
you.
whatever the first thing is that comes to mind. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Bacon.
Ham.
Air.
Water.
Turtles.
Duck turtles.
Toes.
Big toe.
Okay. Okay. We're definitely going back to that turtle one because that was quite unique. Connor, are you ready for yours?
I think.
All right. Grease.
Churros? That's
Running.
Greece, right? What?
No, churros are not Greek.
I failed Greece.
Yeah, like
I did say Greece.
Oh, you said... Wait.
Greece. Yeah.
Greece?
Well, you could either one. You
there's
could
like a
be the
big
country
difference.
or like the grease in like a
Okay.
frying pan. Either way, okay.
Just keep going.
Running.
7.25 miles.
Empires.
Age?
What?
Age of Empires.
yes.
Okay. You know what? That's fair. Fruits.
3 different fruits popped in my head. I imagined an orange, wanted to say strawberry, but also almost said banana.
Okay.
Understandable.
Yeah. You know
Okay.
what? Fruit. I feel like fruits is one of those things where you could absolutely have several things pop in your head. Kaizzer, final man.
I'm ready.
Ready to go. Narwhals.
Food. No. Fish.
Fire.
Station.
Umbrellas.
Rihanna.
And taco trucks.
Food.
just food.
Bro.
All right, I want to go back to the turtles. What the fuck is a duck turtle? Is that like an Avatar thing?
Yeah. I've been thinking fucking like Avatar: Last Airbender like the past week. So you said turtle, like duck turtles, because they have duck turtles, and they're most adorable thing in the world.
True.
You know what? Now that I'm like actually thinking about it, I think I remember what those are. I think I'd have to look it up. I'll look it up after this. But yeah, that was just not an answer I was expecting whatsoever.
Is it bad
And
I
then-
thought of straws immediately?
I mean, it's a fair answer. right?
Yeah.
You do tend to associate some turtles with straws because
Mhm.
the straws are murdering them.
They need. Oh,
True.
never mind. I was about to say they need help breathing, so might as well with
Oh.
straws.
That's okay.
That's not exactly where we all went, but okay. And then
Anyway.
I think the other one I want to go back to was the Greece. So what Greece did you think I was talking about? Did you think I was talking about the country or like the food Greece?
I thought you were talking about the country. Oh, hold on. Okay, so I thought churros because I keep thinking like whenever I think of like whenever there's an anti for churros, it's GYROS, right?
You
And
mean
then I'm like,
euros?
yeah.
Churros.
I think I
You
got
can buy
mixed
churros
up.
with euros.
I think you did too, honestly.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, okay. Cuz I was like churros from Greece cuz I typed it up as like the food Greece, but in reality I like after I typed it up and after I said it out loud,
Mhm.
it was like, "Oh fuck. I forgot there was a country. Oh shit."
I forgot the specification for this.
But then you said churros and I was like, "Oh, those are like Hispanic. Those are like Mexican, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure."
they are. Ah,
And so that's why I was so confused because I wasn't sure if I wasn't sure where you were on that one. So yeah, that was entertaining to say the least. It's quick. It gets everyone loose and a little bit fun. It's a good
Yeah.
way to start the podcast off. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think we're gonna switch it up for the next episode, and we're gonna find something new to throw at those weirdos.
Do we play Pictionary?
Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Ooh.
So yeah. Let's get into the meat and bones of this episode though, because
Alrighty.
obviously the theme of this episode is friendships and how that kind of goes. So let's start with the friendship that all of Dude Mode has, because we all started as a group of friends. We all started as like these players on this Overwatch team. Well, you guys started as players, I started as the coach, and then we moved towards a lot closer of a friendship. But what qualities about this group like really drew you in? Like what qualities about everyone kind of drew you in? And it could be general things, it could be like individualistic things for some people. But yeah, I want to hear what drew you guys to this group.
I know for me personally, like, I was just looking for like a friend group and everything. Like, that's why I kind of moved like far away from family and where I grew up and where I went to high school and middle school and all that stuff. Because like, I wanted to meet new people and not know the same group of people that I went to school with, like high school and everything with. So I came out here and I was just looking for people who had similar interests, and then I became a part of the team for a game that I enjoyed, and just kind of went from there. And then I found out we had more interests, and like we ended up playing like a lot of Magic and just a lot of board games and just being giant nerds that I developed, and kind of went from there.
Yeah. Connor, Kaizzer.
I think it was the fact that like we were all like just like laid back. Like there wasn't ever a moment where we kind of felt like we couldn't relate to each other, if that makes sense. Because we're just like, okay, like I could literally talk to Kaizzer about like anything, and it's fine. And including Ashton and even you. I've made tons of jokes. We talk about weird stuff, and then it's chill. That's what I like about it. Yeah, that's all I got.
For me, I would honestly go on for each person because I have like a different story for each of them of like how our friendship bonded more and how I like wanted to be friends with this kind of person more. But yeah,
Do it.
Overwatch. You want me to? It might take a while.
Yeah, I mean, you have time. Like, the thing is, podcast is supposed to be laid back. We're supposed to be able to talk freely. Just go for it.
He did say
I'm
elaborate too.
just gonna limit myself for for this call, and others later. For Ashton, it's kind of interesting because the first time I saw you was like in the career center or the student center in our school, and you set up what was it, a mafia game
Oh
in
yeah.
the esports server. I was like, okay. And my immediate thought was like, okay, this guy must be one of the board members. And I was like, I'll join this guy's little get together. And then I saw, look, I got intimidated a little bit because you got a computer with you and you're like all set up, ready to go. And I'm like, okay, this is happening. This is kind of good. As more
I don't
people
remember.
came in, huh?
I said I don't even remember what I was doing on the computer. I think I was just
You were
trying to do
waiting.
homework, but probably yeah.
Yeah, you were waiting, and as Mafia start, everyone picks on me because everyone knows I'm Mafia, which is kind of sad. I hate it.
You always get Mafia though.
I hate
That's
it.
why they pick you.
It was funny because like that first game, like Kaizzer probably got Mafia like a good portion of the times, but he even then like we would kill him like first round, like first night of every time. For the viewers who like don't know how Mafia works, it's a social deduction game where pretty much every night either Mafia picks one person to kill, and then during the day you can vote to kill one person off to try to eliminate the Mafia members. And it kind of became like a ritual, like you just kill Kaizzer off first. And I held more sessions and everything, and it stuck around, and people were just like, yeah, let's kill Kaizzer first.
I completely hate Mafia ever since then. I'd rather spectate. Anyways, and I think our friendship bonded more when we joined the Magic Club or the TGC Club. That's how we met Rachel. We don't talk about that. And yeah, and then our friendship grew after that. And Connor started because of Massachusetts, sadly.
Oh yeah.
It was
Yeah.
kind of unfortunate. I think it was because of Massachusetts you came. I came to you, and I said if you want to talk about it, if you have anything you want to say, you can talk to me. And then ever since then we kind of like I try to give you advice. You sometimes give me advice. You sometimes ignore it, and I forgive you for that. But ever since then, Connor and I just grew more and more, and now we both avoided Massachusetts except me because I'm a good friend.
Wow, you're saying I'm not a good friend?
No, I get your understanding, but I have no problems with the state. Okay,
With the state, it's not the person, it's the state now.
Yeah.
and for Andy, honestly, I don't know how we bond. Maybe it's because I'm just like I join in calls and say stupid stuff. We play games, and that's about it. I don't know, honestly.
That's probably fair. Yeah. I mean, for myself, like overall for like the group, I could go into like individual things too, but overall is the group, like you guys understand that like I can be uptight sometimes, and I'll be willing to admit that I can be uptight sometimes, but you know that is a specific mode that I'm in that specific amount of time. Like I would go from like 1 second yelling at them in scrims, and then the next I'd be in a different call with them, just chilling and just vibing. And it's just, you guys were able to recognize that, I'm not a hard ass all the time. I'm able to be a friend. And, I think that's something that I definitely valued. Because yes, I know that I can be very intense as an individual. But you guys still accept me for that. And you guys are, grateful to have me around, and I appreciate that as well, because in fairness, I think you guys might be bashing your heads against the wall a little bit with the with dude mode if I wasn't around. But overall, like it's nice to have people that I know are gonna have my back no matter what, and then B are just gonna be like very understanding of where I'm coming from with whatever, because I can give criticism here and there, and you guys don't take it personally. So it's really nice to be able to work with you guys, and really nice to be able to call you guys my friends. So yeah, it's a good group, honestly, and I'm happy that even though it took me 21 years of my life to get a real group like this, like I've had individuals in my life that have been really close to and I still keep in touch with, but like this is like a big group that I can just stick with, right? So it's nice. It took a while, but it's nice. You know what I mean? So yeah. Next question that I have for you guys then is, if you were to take a step back, right, and you could build your perfect friend, whatever qualities you want to give that person, you could build the perfect friend. What qualities would you give them? Personality, like you can go into looks, but I don't think looks really matter when it comes to a friend. But yeah, give me your qualities for this perfect friend in your mind.
I feel like I'm gonna be that one asshole who is gonna say like I physically can't do that, because I feel like, at least for me, like I have a lot of friends, like I love them, like there's different levels for like how close I am with certain people and everything like that, but every friend like has a different meaning to me and like a different connection, everything, like, and I can't just put that on one person, because that'd be a lot on that one person and I'd feel bad for them. But I don't know, it just feels like I'd be missing out, because if you put like, if I took every personality and everything I liked from like all my friends into one person, I'd still be missing out on everyone else, if that makes sense. I don't know, that's just me. I could just be playing devil's advocate and just being a pain in the ass with the question, but
He's just taking the easy way out. I see how it is. No, Ashton's just
Oh my
taking the
God.
easy way out. No, I got you.
You want me to actually go through that?
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. It's a fair answer, honestly. There's definitely gonna be qualities in some people that might be contradictory, but you like those people because there's other qualities, and so yeah, that's fair. Honestly, that's a good answer. I can't really argue it.
I would okay, so I'm gonna try to like do the perfect friend, but Ashton does have a point, because sometimes like I just need multiple friends. There's no perfect friend, because like with dude mode, like you guys are my homies and I enjoy your presence. Sometimes I want to take a little break. It's not that like I'm tired of you guys.
Mhm.
It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, my dude mode tank is overflowing, so I kind of need to switch to a different friend group, and then that friend group helps me out with other stuff. So it's not one of those things where you could just say, oh yeah, here's the perfect friend. No, because you guys are all perfect and I would not change you in any way. You all have different qualities. Now, I may be saying these things to get brownie points, and I hope it's working. But it's true, because you all bring different stuff to the table. Andy, you push us to do better stuff with dude mode. You try to make sure that we're here taking responsibility for what we do. Kaizzer, I could literally just say anything, and you'd be like, yeah,
Same.
like. Yeah, same thing. I try to encourage Andy to be responsible, and he encourages me to be responsible. Kaizzer, I can say anything to him. Kaizzer can say anything to me. And then Ashton, like, we're pretty much like the game dream team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, I trust you with like literally any game, like co-op. Okay, I don't like solo
Yeah.
1v1s, but like if we do co-op, we're kicking names, taking ass. I always have to think
Names,
about that
kicking
saying.
ass.
I don't know why. It never comes naturally. Every time I've said it so many times, and it doesn't come naturally.
Because I think
But-
it's because like you're used to like the other way that's said. Like you actually have to think about it, because you're gonna accidentally reverse it,
Yeah.
and you're just like, "Fuck, don't want to do that."
Names, ass, take kick.
Names ass, take kick. I like it. You can get that tattooed.
Will do. So, but if I were to construct a perfect friend, it would have to be somebody who pushes me when I should be pushed, but also can just like chill with me when I need to chill. But above and beyond, it needs to be somebody who I can literally just talk about anything, and they, won't judge me, won't say, oh, hey, that's wrong or whatnot, or just like, not that it would be wrong, but more so just like from their perspective, because everybody has different perspectives on what's right or wrong. But just to have somebody say, hey, I'm listening, we're going to work this out, we're going to stay friends,
Yeah.
So that would pretty much be my perfect friend. So A+. I answered the question.
You did indeed. You did indeed.
I feel directly attacked. All right.
Okay, Kaizer's turn.
Can I have a pass? Yes. Okay.
No.
Next question. Honestly, if I were gonna take anyone from Dude Mode and construct it into one person scientifically, I would take Connor, Rachel, and Mitchell into one person, and that would be a perfect friend, honestly. Because Connor is the most open-minded person I've ever met. Rachel is the most energetic person, and then Mitchell is the most calm and cool, collected person. So, and I like all three of those personality-wise in a single person. And if you have all of those, then please be my best friend.
Kaizzer, you heard it here
My
first.
DMs are open.
Kaizzer is looking for a best friend. If you have those qualities, leave a comment down in the comment section below, and we'll get back to you. We'll get Kaizzer to get back to you. All right?
Yeah.
Speaking of get back to me, I think my battery is low over here.
Oh
I
my
need to
god.
recharge it.
Oh, jeez. Just
Kaizzer
like plug it
has-
in
it's
now.
Kaizzer has left the server.
There we go. Kaizer's plugging in. He's plugging in, boys.
Hold on.
The line between humanity and machine gets thinner and thinner every day. When will it stop?
Hacker man.
I have to move
I'm
now.
in.
Kaizzer
Kaizzer,
has
can
to
you hear the
shift.
code? Can you hear electricity now?
He is the electricity. That's what it is.
I'm good. I should be good.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, if I was to build a perfect friend, I think the biggest thing for me is just communication, and like just being able to like talk with them openly about whatever, and then also have them be able to talk openly to me about whatever. Just because like conversation is the best way to solve any sort of problem. Conversation is the best way to build a relationship. And I'll stand by that. It really is the crux of any good relationship is good communication. And so if you can't communicate with like your best friend, then are they really your best friend? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's probably the biggest thing for me. Obviously there's other things that I would like in there, but I think that's the biggest thing, honestly. But yeah. So going along with that, I think I'm going to switch up the questions a little bit. I think the next question then is it possible to have more than one best friend? Because I feel like that's been a debate in my life a lot, especially when I was growing up. Was like all the time I was told like, all right, you can only have one best friend. And I firmly believed against it. So I want to hear your guys' takes on it. I want to hear what you guys have to say about those idiots that said you can only have
Those
one best
idiots.
friend.
I personally agree with you, Andy, where like the rule or like whatever the unfucking spoken rule was, like you can only have one best friend is kind of bullshit. Because I feel like, well, like everyone can be special to you. Like, you can reach like a certain point or like have a certain relationship with someone where like they become more than a friend. Like you have that ease of access of talking to them, be able to hang with them and talk to them about like whatever the fuck's on your mind or whatever's going on in your life. And, like they'll be there for you, which I personally feel like that's what warrants like being a best friend. Like they'll be there for you. Like I have a few best friends. Like some of them like I don't talk. I'm really shitty at replying and everything. I put that out there. So like some days I won't reply for like 3 days because I'm a fucking shitty friend. But like I know like I can always go to them if I have any issues and they can come to me and like I'll reply because that's just how I am. Like that's what I feel like warrants like a best friend. Like no matter what, you can just go to them and things would be all right, and like you can just pick things up.
Yeah.
I'd agree. I mean, I think that I mean, I don't want to get too serious, but that stems from the idea of comparison. Like, saying like, oh, this friend is like number one, but this one's number two because he smells like cheese or something like that.
I mean, some cheese smells really good, so
Well,
wouldn't that bump him up to one?
Well, okay, so number two smells like the smelly cheese, and number one smells like the good cheese. How about that?
You just made me think of the stinky cheese boy.
You almost got the cheese touch. Hold on.
No. I'm gonna be really embarrassed if no one else knows that story.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
I don't.
What?
Nope. No one knows.
Continue. I'm upset.
But it's going back to one of those things where it's like, with certain friends, really chill. With other friends, pushing me to do stuff. With other friends, it's different. So like, I'll have some friends that will be like my workout buddies, and they'll like, pump me up and try to help me out. They're not the gaming buddies that I have. You guys are my gaming buddies, but I mean, what I'm trying to collect my thoughts, become one with the force. So basically, it's like I'm not going to compare anybody here because everybody has something different that I like, and I kind of like the difference. Like I don't like to say, oh, this friend is better than this friend. Maybe this friend I would go out running with, but this friend I would totally just play games with. But the point is that you can't really have one best friend or like the best friend because it doesn't really exist technically. And also, if you are kind of put in like the role of number one best friend, the issue then becomes that sometimes you rely too much on them, which can be a burden, and best friends shouldn't be burdens. They should be people who help you out and make this crazy adventure that we call life fun. So,
Kaizzer?
Okay. To me, I kind of agree, but except for me, for best friend for me, it's someone I've known since childhood or I've known for a really long time. If they're not the number one best friend, they're not the lowest either, which is good. I kind of separate friends into like 3 different groups. There's the best friend who is like I've known for a long time, number one, but the only one actually. And then there's the closest friends, which are the ones that I feel like has the same quality as the best friend, but like I feel like it's a little bit more than that. Like they're a little bit of more of a family than the best friend. So sorry. I'm trying to collect my thoughts too. Darn.
You good, man? You good?
Long pause.
Kaizzer is also one with the force.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is like a iffy situation for me since I've people ask me to be their best friends, which I really don't care, but you're never gonna be my best friend because I've only chosen one and it's gonna be the only one till the day she dies, which is kind of sad to think about. So I'm gonna move on.
What's
Okay.
not me?
That's fair. That's fair. Honestly, like, yeah, I've got those childhood friends that, like, I definitely hold to a higher standard just because, not to a higher standard, but I hold them a lot closer and near and dear to my heart just because I've known them for so long, right? Like I my buddy Brad, shout out to Brad, shout out to Owen. Like I've known Brad since I was 12. I've known Owen since I was like 4. Like I've known Owen like his entire life, literally. So it's just, it's a little, there's like different friend groups, absolutely, and I think that it's definitely difficult to like be able to pinpoint one like best friend unless you've been with that, like you've known that person for so long. And honestly, I'd probably consider those 2 that I named, Brad and Owen, probably my best friends right now, and because I can genuinely just pick up a conversation with them whenever and just be like, yeah, this is normal. and I can always trust them. I can always go back to them to have a good conversation, and I know they'll have my back, and which is a big thing for me. So yeah, and which leads into a really good question. Like, is it better to have the one best friend or a group of close friends? Because I think Kaizzer brought up a good point of like, yeah, he's got he's got good close friends, but he also has a best friend. And is there a better setup, one or the other? But I mean, in fairness, Kaizzer has both, so he really, he doesn't have to worry about it, right?
Right.
But maybe some other people don't, and so like which do you guys see as better? Because obviously, I think at some point all of us have had both, have had one or the other. You know what I mean? So I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it.
I personally feel like if like you don't have like the setup where you have like the close friends and then like best friend, like you only had one or the other, I feel like having close friends is better because like if like you're the only that person's best friend, that person's only you're the like mutually each other's best friends, like you don't really have any other friend groups or anything like that. You guys kind of rely on each other and like you know each other like back of your hands, which isn't there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like once one of your lives starts like moving forward or like you start getting a new friend group or something like that, like the other one starts feeling excluded from your life and everything like that, and they feel hurt, and that can just like kind of be like a downslope because like you kind of rely on each other and then like one person moves on. So I feel like that would just be messy, so it's better to have the close group of people. Plus, if you ever need help, like having more than one point of view is usually pretty good to have.
Yeah, I mean, there will be somebody that you will go to most of the time, and I think that is the idea of like the best friend, and then you have closer friends. Like for me, it's just one of those things where it's like I'd rather. It's not that I don't want to think about it, but it's like I'd rather not hold my friends to like positions or anything. Like there's situations where I think I have a problem. Who am I going to go to? And then depending on which field the problem is in, or whoever knows about the problem, like Kaizzer, the problem with Massachusetts, you helped me with that, Andy, I keep asking about dude mode, I want to do more. So the problem is like, how can I, do a little bit more for the channel so that it grows? And then Ashton, what was the last thing that we talked about? I feel like it was last night when it was, I know it was like 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning.
I think it was a new idea for dude mode, or just ways that for dude mode to grow, and like we're bouncing content ideas off each other so we can do that, which
I think it also had to do with stories though. Like I'll write stories. And Ashton's the helper, and Kaizzer too.
I'm more of a listener, honestly, because it's 2 a.m. and I'm so tired.
Yeah, Kaizzer is usually like, I don't know, just do whatever your heart tells you to. Kind of like one of those like children's TV shows heroes or something. Ashton's more of just like, do it, kill it, do it.
He's the Shia LaBeouf of the group. He just gets do it.
I will gladly take that mantle. I will grow out my hair and just look like Shia LaBeouf for that role.
But going back to the question, so it's one of those things where it's like, there will be people that I'll have, okay, there's this type of problem, then, this person's going to help me with that. There will be somebody who I go to a little bit more often than others, but in general, I don't like to think of it as like somebody's better than the other, because I've had tons of friends throughout the years, and in the beginning it's just like, oh friend, and then they turn it, they steal your Pokemon cards and then lie about flushing them down the toilet, which I'm still salty about. So if somebody's watching this, if the guy is watching this right now, please get back. I know you didn't flush him down the toilet. I don't know if you still have them, but true story, sad enough. But I've met a lot of people, and it's really like I do have some childhood friends that I'm still good friends with, but you know, I'm trying to be open to, you know, include people in my friend group and not say, hey, this, you know, kind of like playing characters in a video game. Like this character has better stats. This best friend has better stats, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, so
This one has more charisma, where this one could be a better meat shield.
that is Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
But okay, so going back to my main point, and I'm probably just going to talk about this like the entire time that we're here. Like, you know, can't say that there's a best friend, but I can say that I do have a lot of close friends that, you know, I'd rather keep close. There's no first place. There's just VIP section. That's it. There's a VIP section.
I get that. I get that. Kaizzer, do you want to weigh in, or are you good?
I'll say a few more things. The reasons why I have like two types is because, for one, for the best friend, it's always stable. Like, we'll talk, have a conversation. We will never fight. We will never like gain anything, honestly, because of a situation that I'm not gonna talk about. And for close friends, yeah, we're gonna be close friends, but then what will happen in like 10 years or 20 years? Because I've had close friends before, and everything just splattered. Like, everyone disconnected, everyone never talked to each other again, and I meet on to a different group who I also thought they were also close friends, but then we disconnected again. So I've been in a lot of disconnections of different people. So that's why close friends, like, okay, these people I'm gonna know for a while. I'm gonna know like for next like year or so, but then it's gonna be a roller coaster. It's either I'm gonna keep them or not. So I just keep that to myself every time I talk to you guys, honestly.
So what we're hearing is Kaizer's gonna make Dude Mode 2.0
No,
when he moves
no.
on from us.
Yeah.
You just
That's
keep
what I
going
heard.
up and up and up and up until he reaches infinity.
Yeah, he's gonna be Dude Mode Infinity.
Dude,
But yeah, no, I get.
Oh my.
I get that, Kaizzer. Honestly, I do get that. I see both like perks of having a best friend and having a close friend group, because honestly, maybe the close friend isn't as like knowledgeable about certain things. Like if I get frustrated about tech stuff, I'm not going to Brad or Owen. I'm gonna be real. I'm not going to Brad or Owen, right? I'm going to you guys. I'm coming to you guys, and I'm asking what's going on, and what's wrong. If I'm getting like frustrated with like being stuck in my life, I can go to either. In reality, like if I feel like that, I can go to either like my best friends or this group or any close friend group that I've had before, and I can trust them with that information. I think in reality, it goes to Kaizer's point. The best friend is a lot more reliable than a friend group, because I've definitely been in Kaizer's situation where it's like, yeah, I'm like, I just don't talk to that group anymore. We disconnected. I can think of so many different groups that I just don't talk to anymore.
Mhm.
Even throughout like childhood and stuff like that, not just through high school, not just through college. It's been a lifelong thing, but that's kind of natural in reality. Because not everyone's gonna grow up the same way. Not everyone's gonna have developed the same interests. Not everyone's gonna develop physically the same, because sometimes that happens, right? You know, some of my friends went on to play baseball and football. I'm not playing baseball or football. Look at me, bro. Like, I'm not big enough to do that shit. What the fuck? And so it's just kind of natural that people disconnect, and sometimes it's on everyone to kind of force themselves to keep in touch, because there are some people I force myself to keep in touch with. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just something that you have to do, just because you're at different points in your life. So I think to everyone's points, like either having a best friend or either having a close friend group, it really doesn't matter as long as you have that support structure for yourself, right? I think that's the underlying thing, is just making sure you have that support structure, just surrounding yourself. So yeah, Now I lost track of where I was in the questions because I went out of order, bro. I went out of order. This was my mistake. If anyone's, by the way, something that we never really addressed at the beginning of the episode, and we're 40 minutes in. The reason why the light is coming from this side of me and not that side of me is because, fun fact, it is nighttime. We usually record these in the middle of the day.
Whoa, that's crazy.
We usually record these during the day, and I don't have to have a lamp giving me the extra light, just because I have so many windows around me. But obviously, with dude mode right now, we're a little hectic, and we got a really crazy schedule this week, so unfortunately, we're doing this at night. So if any of us yawn, or if any of us look tired, and we sound tired or whatever, that is why. Have fun. So I figured out where we were. And this kind of goes on to, this goes back to the growing out of groups, right? Is what have you guys learned from every group you've moved on from? Like, there's different things that you're gonna learn from one group or another, but like, what are some like general things that you've learned from growing apart from these people? Because obviously it wasn't something that you, most of the time it's not something that you force, unless there's obviously a bad breakup within everyone in the group. But like, what are some general things that you guys have learned?
I can't really take the lead on this one. Go right ahead.
I'll go. Okay, so I've had many pain in the ass friend groups. And I'm saying a pain in the ass because of the fact that, like, I still am friends with them, but there are issues that they don't confront properly. That I'm just like, it's 2 + 2 = 4. That's it. And then they'll be like, I'm stuck on the 2 part. And then it's just frustrating. That was a horrible visualization, so let me just explain. So I've had multiple friend groups over the years, and most of the time it's just we just stop talking to each other for one reason or another, and that's understandable. But there are other times where my friends will be like, "Oh, I don't like this guy anymore. Or I don't like this girl anymore," and I'm just like, "Why not?" And then they're like, "Oh, well, they didn't like how I did this or whatnot," and I'm like, "It's just a simple little thing. Like it shouldn't like hurt the entire friendship. I mean, we can get it on each other's nerves from time to time, but if we keep focusing on like who's doing what wrong or whatever, then we're not really going to build the friendships. We got to focus on the fact that we all have fun together, and we each encourage each other to be better people. I've had one friend group in the community college I went to. Also would recommend community college. It saves you money. Trust me, please.
These are facts. These are actual facts.
These are facts. These are super duper facts. And there was an issue with multiple members in our like main group, and we had maybe I saw 10 or 12 people in our total friend group, pretty big. And there were and then one person started dating another person. I was totally fine with it. I'm like, okay, cool. If anything, I'm just like, I want the tea. What's happening? Like, I'm just curious. It's not anything like I have to know or like I'm gonna mess this up or whatnot. No, it's like if they want to be in a relationship, awesome. But then there is an issue with one of our other friends who hung out with one of the people in the relationship often. Like, I'm talking about almost every day. And then he just stopped. And they were almost like not hanging out at all. And it was a little weird. It was just like, why are you guys not friends anymore? They had a big fight, and then I'm just like, you're kidding me. And then I think the worst part about it was the fact that the guy who was kind of like the middleman between that, or like the initiator, the main reason why they were fighting, he didn't say anything from what I heard about the story. I wasn't there, but from what I heard, he just like did nothing in that situation, and it turned out to be the other two people fighting against each other, and it was just like, this is stupid. And you know, we're a huge group of friends who we have our flaws, but it shouldn't really um you know we shouldn't hurt each other. We should always be there for each other. We should help each other. If we were hurt, we should help each other heal. We should just be doing things to help each other out. And that was one of the biggest like frustrations. That's why I always take a neutral stance on things, because usually with these conflicts, it's never like one person's right and one person's wrong. It's almost always one person doesn't like how this person did it, and then they both have different perspectives, where sometimes I just look at them and go, you're both dumbasses. Still love you to death, but you're dumbasses right now. And I can't say that because they think, oh, you're taking their side, oh, you're taking their side. I'm just like, I'm a neutral party. I'm here to bring the peace, and you're not making this any easier. So, and still kind of talking with some of the people from my community college, but not often. Like, I want to talk to them. Maybe I should just message them after this. I'll message them after this and just say hi. But yeah, sometimes biggest thing is we just stop talking. But the second biggest is little problems that we just blow up, and it's like, it's not that big of a deal. He stole your pencil. That was it. This not so big of a deal.
Stole my pencil. Friendship over.
Yeah. Now I'm friends with this guy who gave me a pen. That sounded a lot cooler in my head. Yeah.
It was funny either way. You're good.
Yeah.
But just like, if you, never mind. I'm trying to think of like, what would Guru Connor say? And
Connor.
Well, it's like what advice do I have for people on this? Because I don't want to just say, oh, I had that experience. Like, I want people to say, oh, hey, that's interesting. I'm going to learn from it. It's better to learn from other people's mistakes than you making the mistake from yourself. So,
yeah,
don't
I mean, I was just going to say, if anything, it would just like be, don't let small things blow up, and also like hear other people out. Honestly, that's what I'm hearing. Is just making sure you hear other people out, because if you're not hearing other people out, like, you're just gonna keep butting heads, right? You're not gonna reach a compromise. You're not gonna reach a solution. And then letting small things blow up, like, it's a pen. Just let it go, bro.
He has a pen.
In fairness, I've been playing with this pen in my hand for like this entire recording, and so like that's why whenever you see my microphone go black, like the light goes off, I'm just playing with the pen, so like the microphone doesn't pick it up. But yeah, this pen, by the way, has sheep on it. Look how adorable it is. Okay,
nice.
That's all I had to say.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I got from your entire story, at least.
Okay, we learned something. I like it.
Hell yeah.
And anyone else, like, what are the other two of you goobers? What have you two learned?
Do you want to go, Kaizzer?
I'll go. Okay.
I'm trying to point at you and
Connor, you point the other way. Point the other way.
The other way.
Other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
What are you pointing at, man? What I've learned from the different groups I'm in is that I have to, one, never trust, and two, keep my guard up the whole time. I know that's bad, but hear me out. So the first official friend group I was in is when I started Overwatch. Big shocker. I got into an AI game. I got in a group with a few people, and then we started a server together, and then that friendship built on for like almost a year. And this is on me though, but I think, yeah, it was just me in general, but we stopped talking to each other because I feel like the rest of us were like really busy on like something, or we just don't communicate as much. So what I did is completely cut them all out from everything I have: Discord, Overwatch, even Twitch, since some of them I was friends on Twitch, and I was like, okay, new start. And then next group was Overwatch. Big shocker. It was a voice acting custom server. I was like, okay, you know what? This is the weird side of Overwatch I would like to see. So I joined it. You have no idea how many Widowmaker wannabes are in those types of servers. And I'm like, okay, this is happening. I played Zenyatta, tried to impersonate Zenyatta, like peace and harmony, blah blah blah. And then I finally met a McCree voice actor who wasn't technically he was actually really good McCree voice actor. And we bonded with him, and then I was bonded with more voice acting people, and then we created a new server. And then, fun fact, one of a Widowmaker VA was in love with a McCree VA, and then those two got together and are really, I won't say big friend group, but it was like a moderate size. And then after that, they hook up. No. Uh,
I would have totally believed you if you said that they actually
Just
did
go.
it. I'm just like,
He just slid it. He slid that in so smooth. You did not see any fluctuation on his facial expression whatsoever. And he's just like, yeah, they hook up. And then he's like, I'm kidding. I was like, whoa.
like no.
He's an
The
actor.
fanfics were true.
There was like a problem with the relationship, but I'm not gonna say it because I feel like it's illegal. That's all you need to know. But
There's
we
an
were very
issue. Okay.
Yeah, there was an issue.
supportive of it until the McCree voice actor's best friend came in. The Widow VA was jealous, and then that's how the friend group shattered. And then it was like a few months ago, she completely removed me. The Widow VA removed me from all communications from me, and I was like, okay, now I have these other friends that are close. I tried to reach towards the McCree VA, but with the situation going on, I don't think I'm ever getting a communication. So that's why I said never trust anyone, because because in the VA friend group, like the big friend group, I thought I was very close to them. He even made like a blood pact saying that we will meet each other in real life and we will hang out. We would be like best friends, close friends. We even said our real names too. No, not like that.
That's
And
what blood pact is.
I thought it was true. I thought it was true too. Because we all thought of like houses to live in. We were thinking like gamer houses, like Chris keeps talking about. But of course,
Dude mansion.
dude mentioned exactly. Someone even brought up like making a house in Belgium because that's where the McCree VA lives. So I was like, you know what? This actually feels like a future. And then everything went to smithereen. And now I'm with you guys, the losers in this group. No offense.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
I am
I won
fucking
today. I
hurt.
popped off today. How dare you?
No, now I'm with you guys. And you guys keep saying that we're gonna grow as friend groups and as YouTubers, but I'm keeping my shield up because I feel like someone in this group is going to disconnect from the rest of us. That will snowball into a bigger thing. No, I'm serious. Like I feel like one person from this group's gonna stop talking to us altogether and then just completely leave us. That's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be like after we graduate from college, or like some of us graduate from college, we're just gonna move on with their lives, like um continue on with their future plans. That's why I'm having my shield up, because I know that I will not cry. I will expect this, and we will still be friends, but not as friends like we used to be.
Yeah, and based on your stories, that's fair. Like, and based on like what you've been through, that's fair. Honestly, And there's parts of me that also think that sometimes, but in reality, like, yeah, I still have to, especially as someone who's managing a lot of the content and stuff, like, I really have to trust you guys. I have to trust you guys a lot, to be able to show up to recordings on time, show up to meetings on time, stuff like that, or else, like, because right now, obviously, there's, fun fact for anyone watching or anyone listening, we're not getting any money in right now. Like, if we were,
Shocker.
I probably would have read an ad read at some point in this recording, but I'm not.
We're
That's just-
sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Check it
Oh,
out
God,
on the
no.
App Store now.
No, we are not.
No.
We are not sponsored by that. You're actually not allowed to say
Obviously.
that.
Oh,
in
really?
recordings. No, I'm pretty sure you're not
Oh.
supposed to.
How dare you, Ashton?
Because of
know.
what they promote and stuff like that. So it's fine. We shot it down. We're not sponsored by anything.
We are not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, but if you want to sponsor us,
Stop.
So the point that I'm making is, like, there's nothing that really ties everyone in except for our friendship and except for that trust that we have to have for each other. Obviously we have systems in the back that we're not gonna exactly explain because that's not the things we need to be transparent about. But yeah, like, in reality, it comes down to just trust and trusting everyone. Obviously you can limit what you trust people with, and you can limit people, like, how much you trust people, but yeah, there always will be a certain level of trust when it comes to friends. And I'm from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry, Kaizzer, that you've had to go through those things and you've had to go through those friendships, because that's not something that I would ever want someone to go through, and it really does suck. It's happened to me a couple times too, so it's like, yeah, it sucks, but you got to make sure you bounce back, you get back on your feet, and you keep going, and you keep moving forward, because, friendships are good, but sometimes when they end, they fucking suck, and
yeah.
that's just how it is. Ashton, you want to go with what you've learned from your previous friendships?
I can't really say like previous friendships because like I really haven't lost any friend groups. Like I had one like elementary school, and then I moved to a new elementary school, and I lost contact with like everyone from there. And it's like that's just because I was like 8 and didn't have a phone, and I just was too shy to ask for their number, so I just lost contact with them. And then there was like I had like the main friend group when I moved to the new elementary school, and that just grew and added as I went to middle school and high school and everything. Like there was some fluctuations with like who I was friends with, but like the main core was there, and like I'm still best friends with the guy who I was friends with. His name's Eric from elementary school, but really that group has really stayed together, and we've grown. The closest we had to that group breaking up was when two of my friends, they started dating like through like middle school and high school. Like you could tell like they were gonna be together, and like it's like pretty much like a fucking Hallmark movie or some shit where you like figure like, hey, they're gonna pretty much last for like fucking never. Didn't happen, and because shit happened, life happens. Like pretty much everyone took her side because of what happened and everything, because they started fighting because she went away to a college that was a bit further from our hometown and shit like that. But then like the friend group rebounded, and like now like everyone's still talking to each other and friends again and everything. So I'm still friends with them. I don't talk to them as much just because we usually get to meet together for like play Magic and stuff, and I can't do that because I'm not living in my hometown anymore. So.
Yeah, and also Dude Mode's just better, honestly. That's just
That's
just what it
Dude
is. Dude Mode's just better.
Cut the VOD,
Whoa,
obviously.
Kaizzer, bro.
Cut the VOD.
No.
Cut the VOD.
Bro, that
But
was
yeah,
great. That was funny.
Yeah, I don't have any life lessons from like lost friend groups because I really haven't lost any.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest things that I have to say are like, when you get around toxic people, you need to cut them out, honestly. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned, along with like sometimes just accepting that things aren't going to work out, because a lot of my friends that are female, right? I've developed feeling for. I'm not going to say all of them because that's definitely not the case, but there's a handful of them that I've definitely developed feelings for. And, you know, as I got older, I got a lot better at expressing that. But, you know, some people just, it's not meant to be, and so on and so forth. And then, you know, maintaining that friendship at that level sometimes is the right thing to do, but other times it's just like, yeah, it's just not going to happen. It's just not, that friendship was going to fall anyways because of the different points that you are in your lives, right? Because there's a handful of people that I've been interested in romantically before that have known that I have been, and, you know, they're just in different points in their life. They're off at college in a different state, and, you know, you can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. And I'm just gonna, you know, just do my thing. I'm gonna grind out. I'm gonna work on my grind, whether that be YouTube, coaching, whatever. I'm gonna work on my own shit, and eventually shit's gonna fall together. Shit is going to go into the right place, and I'm gonna be in a very happy place, no matter, as long as I pursue what I want to do. So, yeah, I think the cutting, and by the way, I didn't elaborate on cutting toxic people out because I didn't feel like that needed elaboration. I just just get those people out of your life, and so you can move forward and not be bogged down by like a heavy weight of just them, right? I've done it a handful of times now in my life, and I can genuinely say I am in a much happier spot in my life than I was when I had those people in my life. So sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut some people out of your lives, which is, as harsh as that may sound, it's what's best for you and your mental health and yourself. So it's just that those are my lessons that I've learned. But overall, like, yeah, I think we all still throughout this entire conversation we've all brought up, you know, we still have a lot of friends from our past groups. We still have a lot of friends around us right now, and so I think that's, again, it goes back to the whole thing about the last question that I had is, you know, bring everyone together, get that support system for yourself that you need, and really just have that so whenever you need it, it's there, right? So yeah, we're gonna end the conversation there about friendships because we're already running on an hour. So thank you guys for talking about that so openly. I know sometimes it's not the easiest thing to talk about, especially with friendships that have ended and friendships that you've moved on from. Sometimes that's opening a wound that has been closed for a while. So I do appreciate you guys opening up about that, especially you, Kaizzer. That was definitely a lot that was really helpful to see insight into what you've been through and how your take on friendships is. So again, thank you. But with that being said, thank you for watching, viewer, or listening. If I've figured out Spotify yet, because God knows I got too much shit on my plate, man. I got way too much shit on my plate. But yeah, looking forward. Let me open up the calendar real quick so we can tell you guys what's coming up. So this podcast comes out on the 22nd. So hopefully you guys enjoy this episode, and hopefully you guys have seen that. This upcoming weekend, we will have a Gmod TTT coming out. Last weekend was a Sea of Thieves video. Please go check those out if you want to see us gaming, want to see us just being stupid and playing our games. A lot of our editors put a lot of work into those videos. Our content team puts a lot of work into those videos. Our graphic design team puts a lot of work into those videos. And hopefully our social media team gets the post up in time. All right? Hopefully. We're going to see.
Hold up. It will be up on time.
Oh, I forgot you're one of them.
You heard it here first, folks. All right? It's going to be up on time. So
since now I actually logged into all the social media.
Yeah, well, thank God. So yeah, go check all that shit out. It's a lot of people put a lot of work, a lot of their heart and soul into these videos that come out. And I genuinely appreciate everything that everyone's doing here. And I'm sure everyone appreciates everyone else. Every single Thursday we have stream highlight videos coming out, so go check those out. And then every single Sunday we have the stream that the highlight video is from. So again, go check those out. The streams are a lot more chill. You can go check us out in a very different environment. There's different environments for everyone, for everything. Podcast is going to be different from like a main upload from like a stream highlight from a stream. So go check everything out. We provide plenty of content, and we hope to see you guys in liking a lot more videos and interacting with us a little bit more. That being said, again, thank you for watching. If you do want to see more podcasts, you want to see more gaming videos, please hit the subscribe button. Ring the bell so you get notifications for whenever a video goes live. Leave a like on this video, and again, comment down below. I don't remember what we were gonna have them comment down below. Do you guys remember?
I forgot.
No, but I thought of something.
Something about
You're
friend.
around something about friends, or if you have anything that you want to see for 100 subscribers, we want to do something special for you guys because we appreciate all your support. Please comment what you'd like to see. We have a few ideas running right now, but if you have anything better or just want to add to it, that'd be great. Love to see it.
As well as videos, as well as like games that you want to see us
That
playing
too.
videos. So yeah, give us your ideas. We'll check it out. We'll look at it, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.